In this video, I'm going to be discussing how financial insecurity is much worse than you think. But before I do, welcome to the quietest ones in the room with your host, Trey. I gotta say it, just the mere fact that you have clicked onto this video and you're listening to the sound of my voice, you by far are the most intelligent people on the face of the planet. So once again, thank you for joining me. So there is something that needs to be discussed. I came across an article today that I certainly wanted to break down, and it covers much of what I've been talking about this year in particular as it pertains to financial insecurity and really how it's affecting our day-to-day lives and in particular specific groups in this country. So this article that I came across is from Yahoo Finance, and the headline reads, "Dollar stores are seeing higher income shoppers rush in the door. It's a warning sign for the U.S. economy." Now, what I've discussed along the course of this year is the reality that the money that was given out during the pandemic at large has dried up. The middle class and the working class, anyone with the income below the median right now is running out of money. And we're even beginning to see those who are actually above the median income of $50,000 to $60,000 in this country are beginning to feel the squeeze as well. At least from the media's perspective. I think the squeeze has been felt for some time. And again, this is why we see so many people relying on credit cards and buy now, pay later. So what the Dollar Tree and Dollar General are witnessing is an influx of customers from households making $75,000 and above annually. The CEO came out recently from Dollar General and noted that the core customer continues to tell us they feel financially constrained. So if we know that in this country, in the last month or so, we've witnessed that because of tariffs, Walmart has proclaimed that it's going to be raising prices. Specifically on what? No one knows. Maybe the prices have actually already been raised. I'm not certain. But what I will say is, once that was announced, we knew that there would be some type of political backlash, and we knew that customers would actually in some way protest against Walmart's new proclamation that they were going to be raising prices due to the tariffs. And so once that happened, it's only common sense that if the prices are going to raise at places like Walmart or Target and Kohl's, that many people who are actually making more than most would start to feel the squeeze even more so, and they would try to find ways to alleviate the financial strains in their life. So much so that they go to places like Dollar General and the Dollar Tree. See, what's really going on is that consumers are trading down to save money on essentials like groceries, household items, and cleaning supplies. See, when you do a budget for your family or as an individual, you have a line item, groceries. You have another line item, household items. You have another line item, cleaning supplies, which usually goes into household items. But the point being, these are usually, for most people, set budgets. But when prices increase in particular stores and you're seeing that budget increase over and over, you really start to think about ways in which you can start to save. So the beneficiary of much of the turmoil that we're seeing in the media and from companies saying that they're going to raise prices is that consumers are not waiting anymore and they're shifting to locations where they can actually find discounts. Now, this certainly benefits the Dollar General and the Dollar Tree, but there are also other bargain places that people shop at that are getting the benefits as well. But what we're learning is that the implication from all this news is showing us that the U.S. middle class appears to be shrinking or being squeezed. Even if you're in the upper middle class of households in this country, you're likely seeking bargains at the dollar store and other locations to save money. It's apparent that wages are stagnating and that inflation is very persistent and it's increasing. And look, I'm not one of those people that buy into this idea when we're talking about homes and we're talking about autos, that there's going to be some type of collapse and people are going to be able to get bargains. No, I think that housing prices are going to continue to rise. I think that auto prices are going to continue to rise. And I think that goods and services are going to continue to rise. And even places like the dollar store and Dollar Tree are going to become more and more expensive because think about it. If they're going to start getting the influx of the customer base, they're going to look at it as an opportunity as a business to increase their prices to make more profit for themselves. So at some point it will become, where can you run to save yourself some money? And as I mentioned, it's really the lingering effects of inflation. And so this is a clear warning sign that there is a problem taking place. The warning sign of consumers and the spending habits tells you the story of what's currently going on and what we can look forward to, which is, if this continues to happen, we're looking at slower economic growth. We're looking at reduced revenue for mid-tier and luxury retailers, which can mean that some companies are either going to go bankrupt or that some companies are actually going to raise prices to accommodate for the slowing growth. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but some businesses, when things get tight, they actually increase prices. And furthermore, we'll see things like layoffs taking place, which we know is already a major issue. We've seen 700,000 layoffs in 2025 alone. So I wanted to bring this to you because I talk about this all the time. How when I saw Klarna partnering with DoorDash, or I saw a firm partnering with Walmart and a firm losing that contract, it was a picture that has been painted for some time that people have been running out of money and trying to find ways to make ends meet more than they might have, especially during the pandemic, because there was so much quantitative easing and inflation. Although it was problematic, the interest rates were lower. And now we're seeing an economy that the average person and those in the upper middle class are starting to feel the squeeze, and they need to find a way to find and have some type of relief and release financially so they can take care of the other things that they need to. So this is an important topic that I wanted to bring to you. I'm not going to keep you long on this one, but as always, please like, share, and subscribe. I want to thank each and every one of you once again for continually checking out my content. Keeps me motivated, and it's much appreciated. And as I always say, ladies and gentlemen, until next time.